when, yeah. So yeah, now I understand a little bit more because usually I just go for my
Yeah, a lot of the times you see I have to tell you like get out of your jungle, come over here, go do. You know, you want to be on the map like applying pressure, right?
yeah. That's usually why my teammates they yeah.
And
That's
so another important thing that we noticed this game is you have to know when to run away. Like on Nocturne, you don't have any escape, right? So like once you're in, you're in. And so you have to know before you have to build up a sense for when do you need to get the hell out, you know?
yeah.
Like and that might be after you jump in, there might be a chance to get out. That might be before things even pop off. If you're like, okay, I don't think I can go in here, you might have to get back, right?
I have to go for like sure things that
Yeah, yeah, you do, you do.
I should be
And
sure.
also, your champion just naturally is very dependent on your ultimate, right?
Yes.
And so, really give yourself a break whenever you have no ultimate. You have to play very, very safely. Like your champion is not very good without the ultimate. Um, and
That's
so
true.
you have to be patient with your plays. Here, I want to show you something. I'm
Okay.
gonna share my screen on Discord.
You sharing your screen?
Yeah.
Um,
So in this game, now assuming everyone did what they were supposed to do with their champions, in this game, what was happening was now this guy, their top laner kept grouping, which was a mistake because Mundo could stop my split push, but he wasn't trying to. And so my job here as Chinamir is to try to split push, right?
mhm.
And then while I'm top, your guy's job is to not is to defend. You don't want to fight. You defend because if you defend, I'll kill this tower, and then I'll kill this tower. You see what I mean?
Mm,
And so long as you guys can defend against the 5 players, we're winning. That makes sense.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Now, what's a natural thing to happen though is that someone will come stop me. And so let's say Mundo came. If Mundo came, he can actually stop me. And so the top lane starts becoming like even. And what becomes important is can you guys win this 4v4, right?
Yeah.
This is a big lesson on macro. I can actually give you this course. This is the course I have. I just don't really share it that often. But I think this is the kind of stuff you want to know. So what happens here is that we have to figure out who's going to push between you, my team and your team and their team, right? So if you guys can push, then what can happen is because you guys are pushing and I'm pushing, is we can both push at the same time and then go somewhere together. So we can go over to the Baron together and maybe put down some wards, right?
Mm.
And then we can go push the lanes again. Then we can come back to the Baron together and maybe get rid of their wards. And then the next time when we come back to the Baron, we can either do the Baron because they might be too afraid to walk in when they have no vision, or we can bait the Baron, meaning we can go walk over here, and if a player walks up, we can try to kill them, right? You and I did that together on the bottom side over here, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what when it comes to, like mid game, because I saw in the mid game you didn't really know what to do. You're kind of walking around a lot.
Yeah, that's
Um,
the problem. After I clear my camps, I don't know what to do.
the but you see how the big point though is that a lot of time at Nocturne you have to be patient, right? If you
Yeah.
your archetype is is either assassin if you're strong enough to assassinate someone, or it's burst dive, right? And those archetypes
What's
are
the second one?
burst and dive. Like your ultimate gives you dive, and burst is just how much damage you do, right?
Oh,
So you actually use the burst archetype a lot this game. If you notice me, I burst archetype means, or one of the main easy ways of using burst is to wait somewhere for someone to come out, and then if they get close, you kill them, right? Actually, here I'll bring up the replay.
yeah. That's, oh, I didn't. I didn't.
He said he was carrying on Scion. He had a good ult near our base, Zen jungler. The
Ooh.
one that she hourglass, but it was a good ult regardless.
Sorry?
Yeah, the Scion had a good ult. You remember? Remember, I told you. Here, I'll show you. I think this would be a good lesson to show you guys. So I wish I could make the map just really big. I wish I could just expand this map to like the whole screen. 'Cause I don't actually care about looking at the game that much. It's mainly the map that I'm looking at. Okay. So I'm just gonna stare at the map. Okay. So everyone just focus on the map. I'm gonna skip past like the early game. All right. So I'm gonna wait for people to be alive. Okay, I'll keep it on our side of the map too. All right, so everyone's alive on both teams, right? And so we're basically trying to build into what is our composition trying to achieve, right? And so I'm trying to split push to win the game, although that technically isn't a good strategy against Mundo. But the Mundo didn't play his role correctly, and so it became a good strategy because the Mundo kept grouping where he really should be stopping me, but he never did that this game. So anyway, I'm split pushing, and then you as Nocturne, you're looking for opportunities to assassinate people, right?
Yeah.
And that's basically like all you do. Like you just look for opportunities to assassinate people. And the cool thing about Nocturne is while most champions have to do what I do when I sit in a bush and wait for someone, Nocturne can, instead of having to sit over here, you can sit, you know, oh, I can't move it. You can sit like all the way over here, all the way over here, all the way over here. So you're how far you could be and still do the job of assassinating someone or bracing someone is really how powerful an Nocturne is. This is the main thing. Most champions have to sit in this bush and wait for someone. You can sit all the way back here and wait for someone, right? And which means the area that you're most powerful in is when you're between two lanes. So when you're standing here, you have control of this area, and if you're around there, you have control of this area, which gives you more options. So normally, when you're not doing anything, and there's not like a direct play to go for, you want to be somewhere in like this area, because it gives you the most access to the both or two lanes, right? You want to be between lanes normally when you're looking for a play. And we'll get into those examples as I go. So this is the play that happened a little bit earlier. Again, you don't need to use flash. You need to be patient. Patient.
Because I thought you were gonna die.
Nah, I have I messed up my ultimate a lot this game, but I shouldn't die. If I die, it's my fault, not your fault.
Look, if I didn't flash.
There's no way I would die. Literally 0% chance.
Okay. I thought. Let's see.
No, because do you know what Tryndamere ultimate does?
Yeah, he gives you back your. You don't die.
Yeah, I can't die. So there was no rush. Okay, so this was a good play, right? So this was a teleport play, a tempo play, and we get a double kill on the bottom side. And so now we want to use that double kill to do something proactive. And in this case, we're trying to push. The big issue right now is that we don't have any pressure in either of our other lanes. Both our other guys are not here. Let me go back. Let's figure out why. So where's everyone else? So Lux died, and then Ari backed. So pay attention to Ari, because this is another mistake that you guys do as well, where we're about to make a play, and we're applying pressure. Even if this play wasn't going to work, we're applying pressure. And when you apply pressure, let me show you. When you apply pressure somewhere, I'll just use a P. Naturally, what happens are that players come over to try to defend, right? If you bring 5 people bottom, they're going to bring 5 people bottom to try to stop you, right? So anytime a pressure is being applied, there's like a natural funnel happening towards this pressure. And if you're the Ari, or if you're the, someone not in that fight, so if you're over here, and you know that a pressure is being applied, and you know that people on the enemy team are probably going to go in that area, that means you have a great opportunity of applying another point of pressure. Because they all go down here. Now, if you're applying pressure here, you start making them have to make choices, right? So let's say someone had teleport. They have to pick between, are they going to teleport top, or are they going to teleport bottom, right? Yeah. Whereas if you just backed, that means there would be no pressure here, and you're allowing them to easily defend 1 point of pressure. But if you push and you apply another point of pressure, and if Ari pushed and she applied another point of pressure, then you know, it's the whole thing of
Pressure all over you.
eventually they'll crack, right? Eventually they'll make a mistake because you're forcing them to make decisions over and over and over again. And the more decisions they have to make, the more opportunities they have to make a mistake, right? So Ari in this situation should be pushing to apply pressure because let's say this Ari, she teleports bottom, which maybe she should have done earlier. If she teleports bottom, then Ari here might be able to get this tower. She's gonna get this wave. She's gonna get this tower. She might
Yeah, and she's
force someone to
almost
come back middle because she applied
she's, al-
pressure. But if she
she's
backs, she
almost
can't.
full
She's
HP.
useless.
She's almost full HP, so she's fine.
Yeah. So just remember that when you can see that pressure is being built, it normally means you should continue to apply pressure yourself. You should almost never back while your teammates are applying pressure. It's almost always a mistake.
Okay.
Now again, you're gonna see this is another one of those situations. Now, first of all, I think you're going a little too deep. You're going too far. Cause you don't have remember you actually do have ultimate. So I'm not sure why you'd even go over here. Cause you can ult from anywhere. So I'm not sure why you. Cause again, we don't really know.
I'm gonna take the camp, I think.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe you didn't realize we were trying to. We're trying to get the tower and dive her.
Oh, get the tower first.
Yes.
Those people.
Okay. And so I get out, and then let's see. Did you have an opportunity to get out? Yeah, you did. So you didn't have to chase in like that. You could have walked out. I'm not sure if you would have lived, but you like. This is what I mean. You have to think about can you escape. This is why your deaths are so high. Could you always commit?
Yeah, I saw Doctor Moon.
Like right here, you could walk away. Right. So right here, you're just fighting right, standing there and fighting, right? But if you're like, oh man, this Mundo's gonna kill me, you could just start walking away towards me. And if you walk towards me, I can maybe
Do a
threaten
solo
him,
play or something.
and
Flash
then
me.
and then she's gonna get over here. Well, she did not take W. Weird. But if normally she would have W and she'd be able to shield you, or she might be able to bind this guy. In which case we could save you, right? But if you just commit to going all in, then we
But I
can't.
think if we went, look, if we went 4, we win. Look, here, at 4. If you help those guys, we win.
No, Mundo would
4,
murder me.
4 vs 2?
Well, that's the issue is that you're thinking of it as if it's a 4v2, but it's not yet. Like this is where the fight is. This is where we are, and you guys are going this way, away from us.
It's
But if
3
you ran this way and they chased you, you would bring the fight to us.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So you want to bring the fight to actually where we are, right? You did the opposite. You chased them and moved the
Yeah,
fight
to
towards
the
away from
tower.
us.
To their tower, yeah, it's true. Okay. Oh my god, double kill.
Okay, so we got some kills. So again, they're applying pressure on the bottom side, right? And so I could either go defend the pressure or apply pressure myself.
We could have
And
defended
so
it.
you're gonna actually I want to follow me because you're gonna see how I enable my teammates a lot this game. Oh, remember here? This is where I was telling you we could try to kill this Morgana on her rotation. I thought she was gonna rotate this way, but she actually ended up rotating the other way. Now right there, like you see how I get out of this fight, but you kept going.
Yeah.
Like I don't. For me, I see I don't have enough information. I have no teammates over here,
Oh, yeah.
and so I get away. But you just keep going. So I just leave you, right? Now that might be because maybe you didn't know that there was other players there, or
No,
maybe.
I knew. I'm too greedy. That's my problem.
So I'm trying to be patient here. I messed up trying to get over the wall.
Can you do the E and go inside the jungle? Like the wall?
Yes.
It works on the wall.
Well, not. Well, you can go over the wall. You can't stop inside the wall.
Yeah, over the wall, yeah. Like
So watch. This is what we're doing, right? So we're in a splitting situation, and so your job right now is to try to stand in this area. Because if you're in this area and one person comes bottom, you can ult them with me. We can kill them together, right?
yeah.
But if two people go bottom, then you get ult middle, and that's a 4v3. So that's the power of Nocturne when it comes to having a split pusher on your team, is that you can back up both your lanes at the same times. Right? So if they bring two people here, that means middle, if you go, it'll be 4v3. But if they bring only one person bottom, then that means we'll have one less person, but we can just defend, and you can come bottom and force a 2v1.
Yeah, because they have the tower there. Okay. They can
Yeah, so you can force a man advantage. Either way, we're gonna get a man advantage, right? Either we're gonna have a 2 people against their 1 person, or we're gonna have 4 people against their three people. So if you're gonna play Nocturne, like that's the main thing you should be doing in these situations. I know the Lux kind of made this game a little weird because she never grouped and she was so the Lux doesn't understand her archetype, right? So she played this game as if she was a split pusher when she's a backline burst big champion, and so that was a little weird. Again, I think another big point from today was you alting the tank. You have to make sure you're picking your targets. Your target in these games needs to be squishy champions. So again, I'm just trying to do my job of split pushing. I bring 2 people bottom. Now, if Lux was middle, that means you guys could force a fight whenever Sion gets over there, and you guys would have more people. So, for example, I'm applying a lot of pressure bottom, right?
Why you didn't go for the double kill?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm applying a lot of pressure bottom, right?
Okay.
So you should, and they're applying pressure middle. So either you need to assist in the defending the middle, or you need to apply pressure top. So right now you could just push top, and I would think that would be pretty good.
Okay. Why you didn't take the health? Oh, you're channeling back.
I would have died. So this is when I was talking to you guys about there being people bottom. So you see, I just kind of have to stand here because I can't push when there's two players behind me. But keep in mind, like if you had started pushing top and they went bottom here, you would have got the top tower. But because you didn't do anything when they were applying pressure. Watch, let me go back a little bit.
Oh.
So right now, when I was applying pressure bottom, either you go middle to try to help defend, or you go top. Let's imagine you went top right now. Then you're like attacking the tower. You're killing the tower, right? And if you're killing the tower, that means they're probably not going into our bottom side jungle. And so they're going top where you are, or they're losing the tower because you're top. And that's why pressure is so important, because then either they defend top, or I get to start split pushing. But because no one applied pressure, they have no pressure top, they have no pressure bottom or middle, so they can do whatever they want. But if someone on our team applied pressure, they would have to actually react to it and make a decision.
Yeah.
So even like teammates who are like trolling and being bad and like just killing themselves, they're still applying pressure. If they're just split pushing, you know that if they apply pressure, people are going to go to them. And you can utilize the fact that your teammate is using pressure to go do something useful somewhere else.
Okay.
This is good. That was a play you did with me. So this is like exactly what I was talking about before, like working together with your split pusher. Normally on Nocturne, enabling your split pusher is going to be like the best thing. Which just means making sure your split pusher gets ahead, because he's someone that you're going to be able to work with directly to make these plays work. So again, I'm applying pressure. Lux, like we have pressure everywhere, right? And so you have to decide where are you going to go with that pressure. You could sit between us and maybe ult someone if you're ult up. Well, it's down now. So right now you have to right now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a different kind of topic, but it's very common with Nocturne. So like you're sitting in between areas, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to you're protecting your 2 lanes, right?
Yeah.
You're doing more than one thing. One thing that you're doing is waiting for someone to get out of position and assassinating them. But another thing that you're doing is it's a concept called shadowing, where if something bad happens, you're right behind them to protect them, right? So it's like you're baiting your teammate. And you can do that even without your ultimate. Like for example, in this game, while Lux is pushed up, what you could go do is just go run around and hide in this bush, so that they think there's one player here when there's really two.
Mm.
You can do the same thing for middle, and you can just sit in this bush. And it's called shadowing, and you just shadow them, um, to see if they need help. If you have nothing else to do, shadowing can be really strong. It's not that good on Nocturne when you don't have ultimate, but it is pretty good in general in like League of Legends. So right now you could go shadow someone if you don't know what to do. You can go take a camp, I guess.
And what about the 10 CS a minute?
Who that 10 CS is not important at all. Don't even think about CS. It's not important. Being useful to your teammates, applying pressure, and snowballing the game is what's important.
What do you mean? What is snowballing?
Once you have a lead, keep in the lead
Mm.
and suffocating your opponent so they don't have very many options. You notice like all the times where you guys could apply pressure and you don't apply pressure, you're giving your opponent a lot of options. They can do whatever they want and not get punished. But if you guys were applying pressure, they would have to only do one or two things, which makes it a lot easier to predict what they're gonna do, and you can outplay it.
You know where they are, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, she did a lot of damage. So you can see again this Kog'Maw. Everyone in this game thought they were a split pusher. So our Lux thinks he's a split pusher, and then now Kog'Maw thinks he's a split pusher, and so I go over and I kill him. I get pushing. Our Ahri is doing pretty well with getting the picks. I trade with her. Okay, and remember I was telling you, this is exactly what your job is. If you're an assassin, if the Kog'Maw with no flash, even if he had flash, if a Kog'Maw is by himself, your job is to kill him. Over and over again. Right? So, and I was telling you, I told you that before you even saw him show up. Because we just...
Kog'Maw in the beginning.
What was that?
Kog'Maw, what was his lane?
He was bottom.
Support?
I don't know. He was... They played double AD. So they didn't have a support.
Oh, okay.
So that was good, right?
Because you told me, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You have to start thinking in that mindset. Like, you're an assassin. You're waiting for people to get out of position. Here, I'm gonna just fast forward and just go over. It didn't already happen, did it? I don't think so. Let me see. So you see, like me, I'm hiding in these bushes. I'm hiding in these bushes to try to assassinate someone. This is another one of the situations where the fight started going bad and I left and you stayed. Like, I'll show you when you should have walked away. Really, probably already should be walking away. Because you have 4 people here, but this guy's half HP and I'm dead already. And so, we don't really have that many players.
No, when I see 3, I have
Yeah,
to go.
yeah, you need to start running. Unless you think you can actually kill him. If you can kill him, of course you can keep going, but it would have been a lot safer for you to kite away right there. Because you can, again, if you kite, you can still fight them and run away. And if they don't want to, if they chase you can fight them and maybe get the kill anyway. Otherwise, you have to just run. So again, I try to apply pressure. And here, watch this. So I am doing, against these squishy champions, I'm almost an assassin, right? I have dive because I can E, and I have a lot of damage, right? So I'm like burst dive right now, and so if I predict that this player is gonna walk up, waiting behind the wall and jumping over is a good option. In this case, I even had a teammate here who's a pick champion, and so I utilize them as well. So Les could have done this alone, I could have done this alone, but together it's even better. And that's the same. Again, this is the same thought process that you should have on Nocturne. Is you wait for someone to get into your range, and you kill them if it's a good opportunity. The main difference on Nocturne is you can do the same thing, but from really far away. You don't have to be all the way in that bush. You can do it from all the way over there.
Yeah.
And so it's the same concept. It's just that Nocturne can do it from really far away. Same thing with like Twisted Fate and Pantheon. So watch, I'm gonna do it again. I want you to keep watching. So watch, Lux went around, and we again work together. And then watch, we actually do it again. But she messes up. She should have came over here. I think I messed up too. But if she was in this bush, like I'm pinging her for to come with me, but she didn't come. But we could have done it again. Look, 3 times in a row, me and Lux could have. 3 times in a row, me and Lux could have used pick and burst to kill someone.
3 2vs1s. That's smart.
I shouldn't have used my E. That was my mistake. I should have W'd and just ran at them. And then after the E, I should have E'd. I got impatient. I would have got ulted away anyway, but still. And so 3 times in a row, all I'm doing is my archetype. I'm split pushing, and I'm diving and bursting. Again, just think about what your job is.
Yeah.
Right now you're ulting someone top, so that's good. Except that he's super tanky. So that's a good example for the Scion player. There's no reason for you to stay in there and die if your teammates are going to get the kill, right? You're just kind of giving away gold. And you got lucky too, like, because he should have killed you before you flashed. But right here, just let your teammates kill him. Like, you have 2 players here against a really low player.
I just want to do the E, you know the E, so he cannot.
And Lux is coming too.
Yeah, I just wanted to put my E, you know.
No, I'm saying the Scion, he's doing the same mistake you've been doing, which is staying in the fight until you die. Where really, he should have just got out. He was alive, he was okay. And then, not only did he stay in the fight, he tried to flash to be part of the fight. Don't do that. Just let your teammates finish it. Dying is such a big deal. Giving away that gold, if the Mundo is able to finish an item because you gave him a kill that he didn't need to have, and then because he has that item, he beats me in a fight later. Like, you know, it snowballs on top of one another.
Okay.
It's a butterfly effect. You do not want to die. You want to try your best never to die.
Okay.
No, that's the problem, Zen, is that we would have got that kill regardless. So you using your flash as an additional resource and dying and giving away gold is you know, the opposite of what we want. I made a mistake over there. I didn't use my ult. What are you doing right now? You're respawning. Okay, so the dragon's up. They made a mistake. We got a kill. That's nice. Now we got the dragon. That's nice. Now you don't have ultimate.
You got a kill here?
Yeah, we got a kill earlier.
Oh yeah.
So you don't have ultimate, so just chilling in the back is exactly what you should be doing. Now, attacking, you're killing yourself off of this guy because he's healing and he's dealing damage back to you when you attack him. And so really, Mundo's the kind of tank that you don't normally want to fight as Nocturne. Nocturne, you're a basic attacker, and Thornmail is super good against base attacks. Like, watch, he doesn't even have to like try to kill you to kill you. Like, he's not even trying to hit you. Now, one of the things that you hit by was Tristana. But watch, he's not even like trying to fight you. He hit you once right there. So you lost almost all your health just by being close to the Mundo.
Close to him.
Yeah, so you have to. Yeah, that's why you have to understand what your job is. Like, your job is not to kill this guy. Like, your items are really bad against him. Your champion is really bad against him. This is not the matchup you're supposed to be fighting. If you wanted to be useful there, what you could do is just walk close and use your E and fear him. Right?
Yeah,
and just fear him for your teammates, but don't sit in there losing all your health.
E and Q maybe.
Yeah.
Use my Q when I fall back.
Yeah. And just wait for your opportunity. Again, do you guys see, like, almost the answer to most of the things is to be patient. Most of the time, your job is to be patient. And then every once in a while, your job is to apply as much pressure as you possibly can. So it's like it's a real mix of very different things, right? You either want to apply pressure and force your opponents into making a decision, or in any time that you're not doing that, you almost always want to be patient and just try to do your job. and not try to force anything. Just try to do your job naturally. So,
So,
yo, good.
who's like which kind of players I am strong against when I play Nocturne?
Backline champions.
Like Jin,
Yes.
Caitlyn,
Yes.
Luke, Misfortune. That's right. Yeah.
Anyone that
Whenever
doesn't.
I go for Misfortune or Lux or I kill them or Caitlyn or
Yeah, those are your targets, and then you're probably gonna have more than one target, and then you have to decide which one's the easiest one to kill or which one's the most important. Right here, the easiest one to kill and the most important is Kog'Maw. So your job in every fight is to try to kill this Kog'Maw. Generally, like I said, that can change though. If if Morgana is has no hourglass and no flash, you might target her and kill her first, and then switch to your target. So it depends on how hard your targets are to kill and who's more important. Like let's say she was 20 kills in no hourglass, you would go for Morgana.
hmm.
And let's just say this guy was 2 and 13 with a stopwatch, then you would go for Morgana. So yeah, it's just like a mix of who's important to kill and how easy are they to kill.
But you said go for Kog'Maw, but Kog'Maw had like 10 kills. He was pretty strong though, no?
He's strong generally, but he's not strong against assassins.
Oh, he's not strong. Yeah, that's
He has
why I
no
said
escape.
Jin.
He has no way of dashing. All he can use is flash.
Oh,
But flash is every 5 minutes, and your ultimate is every 90 seconds, a minute and a half.
okay.
So that means you should be able to win your. Even if he flashes one of your ultimates, that means you have at least a couple more ultimates that you can use against him.
Even usually when they flash with my E, when I activate my E, it's not very useful. Unless they flash back to the tower, which is okay.
Yeah, so Alex is talking about in the chat how you can actually check right now. Nocturne. I actually would do this in a different way, but I can check whether what you're saying is factual. So your range on your E is 425, and the
No, no, no.
range on Flash
I flash
is
before they I do my E before they flash.
I know,
Okay.
and then their range on their Flash is 400. So your range on your E is like slightly longer, but very slightly. So you have to make sure. Remember when we did the kiting, and I talked about on Nocturne you can E and move at the same time.
Yeah. I
So,
E and then I go. I have to go in front of him.
you have to you have to move in whatever direction you believe he's going to move in.
No, when I do my E, I know where he's gonna go, because the E predicts where he's gonna go.
I'm not
Right?
sure what you mean.
When I do my E with Nocturne, you know where he's gonna go,
No, you don't.
because your E, when you activate your E, it goes in the direction of the E. No.
Yeah, that's not what I mean. I mean you don't know which way they're gonna flash. They can flash in any direction,
Oh.
and so
But
you have to predict which way they're gonna flash and start moving in that direction. There is an easier, like a more solid way of doing this, and that's after you ult them, you Q them. That way you get more movement speed, and then you E.
wait, the Q gives you movement speed.
Yes. While you are in the trail of your Q, you get additional movement speed and additional physical damage.
Oh wait.
Yeah. Look, while on Death Trail, Nocturne is ghosted, and has bonus AD.
But how much movement speed he gains? Oh, 15.
It scales as you level up your Q. I have to hang up. All
Nice.
right. I think that's it for today.
All right.